you had something really huge happen in the stock market. As you guys know, I've been talking about this for weeks. For weeks, we've been discussing that the holy grail for a major stock market movement was really simple. It was all about the vaccine. The vaccine was the key to everything. The vaccine was the thing that was going to change it all, and apparently that happened last night. Last night, Pfizer and BioNTech, a company out of Germany, announced positive, very positive, overwhelmingly positive data on their big vaccine trial. Apparently, this vaccine is 90% effective. Dr. Fauci, who was with the CDC, has said 50% effective would be good enough, but this was 90% effective. So the vaccine has changed everything with the stock market. This morning, your stocks, if you looked at your account this morning, you were probably blown away because you saw that you had so much more money than you had before, especially if you're in a diversified portfolio or you happen to have taken, or listened to some of the stocks that I've mentioned over the last few weeks. And this is awesome. Companies like Carnival, Disney, some of these stocks that have been in the dirt that we knew were going to turn around. We knew that these stocks were going to have their day. They were like chicken eggs waiting to hatch. We knew it was going to happen. It was only a matter of time. Well, you know, I guess you could say buck 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 because the babies have been born, the chickens have hatched, the eggs have cracked open. So, first of all, congratulations if you made money. I'm sure. Tell me, put a yes in the chat. I'd like to see that. I'd love to see black folks making money when they're smart. Put a yes in the chat if you saw a big jump in your portfolio overnight, or if you woke up this morning and felt like you did when you were 9 years old and looked under the Christmas tree. I don't know if y'all remember that feeling. I remember the feeling of coming downstairs and the Christmas lights would be flashing real silently, and I'd see that new bike that I've been wanting, or that new video game console. That's what it is today. This is like the grown up version day of Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, everybody, and Merry Christmas, Black people, because I'd be stunned if you didn't make a ton of money overnight. So let me just give you some more insights into some of this, so you can kind of know what's happening and what I'm seeing here. First of all, so much of this was very predictable. It was very predictable because one thing I probably said 18,000 times over the last several months is that as we get closer to the vaccine, you're going to see certain stocks and really the whole market as a whole start to come alive. All of that links back to a basic idea called trust. Trust, security, getting rid of fear. Fear has been the biggest virus that's infected millions of people, and it's killed millions of people's economic possibilities. It's been very sad to watch. But I knew that once this virus called fear was inoculated and dealt with, that we were going to see this major market move. Well, that's what we saw this morning. Now it looks to me like this Pfizer trial must be a big deal. They're applying for, emergency admission, if you want to call it that, to push the vaccine out. They've said they can put out 50 million doses in 2020 and over a billion doses in 2021. So if you own Pfizer stock, I mean, you're probably paid. Is it too late to buy Pfizer? I don't know. That part's hard to tell. It's really going to come down to how much money they make from the vaccine compared to how much they expect to make. Well, right now the expectations have shot through the roof. So the only thing that can lead to a higher stock price at that point would be if the realization is greater than the expectation. Realization and expectations are kind of two sides of the same coin. You have the expectation that the company is going to make 10 billion. Well, if they make 11 billion, then the stock price goes up. If they make 9 billion, the stock price goes down. You have a new benchmark basically for how much money the companies are expected to make. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the share and subscribe button. And also, just so you guys know, we're having a temporary massive discount on one of our programs at blackmoney101.com, which is an introduction to the power of money and it covers a ton of aspects of money, everything from investing to building a family wealth plan to how markets work and starting a business, things like that. So it's a nice broad program that with a ton of great content that you're going to love, that'll get you really moving on your wealth journey. So feel free to take a look at blackmoney101.com. And also, you can text the word BOYCE to 31996 if you'd like to get text alerts when I go live. Text BOYCE to 31996. Okay, so let's see. CD says, I cashed out big time on my Tilray cannabis stock. I more than tripled my investment. Good for you. Yeah, let's talk about cannabis for a second. I think cannabis, let me, is it okay if I become a conspiracy theorist for about 2 minutes and 14 seconds? All right, so here's where I become a conspiracy theorist. Joe Biden is 78 years old. I don't believe he's going to finish his term. I know for a fact there's no way I can imagine this guy doing 2 terms as president. I just don't think he will. So I think Joe Biden's election was a backdoor way to get Kamala Harris into the White House or into the president's seat. I really believe that. Now, whatever you think about Kamala Harris, it doesn't matter because I'm about to help you make some money, or better yet, scratch that. I believe this is going to help our family make some money, and if you want to do what my family's doing, then you're welcome to consider this. Kamala wants to legalize marijuana, from what I understand. Joe Biden does not. I think he's okay with decriminalization, but I don't think he wants to legalize. Kamala wants to legalize. Well, if Kamala becomes president, then your weed stocks are going to take off even more than they have already. So this might be a 2-year, 3-year play. But my running theory is that Kamala Harris will finish Joe Biden's term. And I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. So just remember this video on the day where they announced that for private medical reasons or so that he can spend more time with his family, Kamala Harris will now be president of the United States. Just remember that. Now, how much is the program? Oh, blackmoney101.com. The normal fee is $89 a month, but for the next 2 days, you can actually join for 48% off. So it's $46.25 per month. And there's also a 30-day 100% money back guarantee. Or you can do a lifetime membership for 65% off. So feel free to go take a look at that. Financial workbooks for children. Tiffany's asking about that. Well, let me give you the URL. Let me see if I can find it. It's financialworkbooks.com. That's financialworkbooks.com. I don't have the URL in front. Here we go. There we go. So it's financialworkbooks.com. That's where we have our financial workbooks and flashcards designed specifically for Black children. So feel free to go take a look at that if you want your children to learn about wealth. So let's talk a little bit more about this pop in the stock market. Here's the deal. The stocks that are going to benefit the most are going to be those cyclical stocks, like cruise ships, casinos, and airlines are going to go insane. Like I'm a big holder of American Airlines. I'm a big holder of Royal Caribbean and Carnival Cruise Lines. I don't know what casinos I own. I can't remember. But all those stocks, I don't even have to go look. I already know all those stocks are going to be shot through the roof. And hopefully this data is real. If there's any problems with the data or something, then that's going to kill the market momentum. But even before this occurred, you already have a 400-point jump in the futures market just from Biden sort of going in and kind of declaring and grabbing onto the presidency. If you didn't see that video I did yesterday, go check it out. Go to theblackfinancialchannel.com, theblackfinancialchannel.com. You can also follow on Instagram if you want to get up-to-date information. It's a Black-owned channel. We're building Black media. Please subscribe. Very important. So, I think that the Biden presidency does provide that stability that that is good for markets. There's some predictability there in terms of what the agenda we think he's going to push through. The biggest sources of unpredictability is A, what is Donald Trump going to do and will he be successful? And B, what's going to happen in Georgia with these Senate races? And is it possible for the Democrats to take over the Senate, which will create a blue wave? The blue wave would immediately cause a drop in the stock market, but I believe it would be a long-term game because Democrats love to make it rain. They love to give money away. And as much as we want to believe that they're doing all these great things for the poor, I kind of believe all these government officials are capitalists. All these government officials are working for corporations because only corporations can afford billions of dollars in campaign donations to get people running for office. It costs $14 billion to run all of the elected offices for this year's election cycle. Regular people don't have that kind of money. So get in line with the capitalists. Go ahead and buy your shares of stock, position your family so that when they make money, you can make money, period. Let's see here. Now, somebody said Dr. Boyce's book is on Amazon. Yeah, I've got a few different books on Amazon. You can definitely go check that out. And speaking of Amazon, I was really happy. I made a big investment in Amazon stock last week. I added to my assets in that category, and I have no doubt that Amazon, took off. Today's just a good day. Today's a great day. Now, some of the stocks that aren't going to do as well long term are going to be those stay-at-home stocks that took off because everybody was staying at home. The Zooms and the Microsofts and things like that. But I consider that to be a buying opportunity because these companies always know how to make their money. So when the world is no longer staying at home, these companies are just going to adjust. They're going to make their money elsewhere. Companies like AMC, the movie theaters, if they're not dead yet, that's the big problem. Is that because this pandemic lasted so long and because our government officials did not provide relief in a timely manner this second time around, some companies are dead. They flatlined. They're gone. They've declared bankruptcy, and that makes me really sad because these companies could have been saved. Let's see here. So the thing is that so basically, if you want to know which companies have been hit or are going to benefit from this jump, Pfizer. If you happen to own Pfizer, congratulations. I don't know how much Pfizer went up, but I'm sure it shot through the roof. The other factor in terms of short term movement is that typically when you have a big movement like this, a big up jump that's that strong, you're going to have a reversal. Usually within a day or two. That means what goes up will usually come down for at least a little while because you have this thing in the market. Alan Greenspan used to write about called irrational exuberance, and there are a lot of investors who overreact to things, and so the overreaction may be in play. But generally speaking, you're gonna see you're just gonna see a massive move in your portfolio today. So anyway, I'm gonna go, guys. I hope that this was helpful. If you'd like to get free information from the Black Business School to kind of get started and go deeper into investing, feel free to go to firstshareofstock.com. The URL's on the screen. Also, text the word "Boyce" to 31996 to get text notifications. Also, last but not least, please hit the thumbs up button before you go. And whatever channel you're on, please subscribe. We're building Black media here. We need an army of Black people that really want Black people to build empires. And we're building an empire, and we want to be able to reach the whole world because you can't tell me that investing hasn't worked for you. It's just been amazing. Yeah, McCann said it's gone down some already. I just checked. Yeah, usually when you have a big move up or down, you immediately have a pullback for various reasons. When it goes up, there's profit taking. People take some of their money off the table, or start betting that things are going to go down because they feel some sort of financial gravity, which is really theoretically it's a figment of our imagination. But the thing about the stock market is that which you imagine can become real, because if you're acting on something that's imaginary, then you make it real by how you react to it. It becomes what they call a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then in the other direction, you have what they call the dead cat bounce. When there's a big drop, there's usually an immediate uptick. So that's why typically when I see big dips and they don't seem to be based on anything other than people just losing their mind temporarily, I'll go ahead and just buy up everything I can so that when people finally sober up, and the prices go back to where they should be, everything's okay. So I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on. Make 100% sure you're subscribed at the Black Financial Channel. And also tonight we're doing our Black Business Pitch competition at financialjuneteenth.tv.com. That's where we focus on all things Black wealth related, Black business related. So you can also subscribe there at financialjuneteenth.tv.com if you'd like to join our Black Business Pitch competition. And that's really good. It's called Life's a Pitch. And we're supporting Black businesses by allowing them to pitch on our platform for 90 seconds and giving people an opportunity to not just learn how to pitch your business, but to also find out which Black businesses are out there they can support. Remember, in order for Black people to move forward, in order for our wealth to grow, we've got to support our businesses. We've got to believe in our business owners, and we've got to make better businesses. We got to get good at this. We got to be the best in the world at this, and we will be the best in the world at this. And you're doing something massive right now. I don't care if you have 2 nickels invested in the stock market. The fact that you're doing it and you're breaking that cycle of economic abuse that we push from generation to generation because of what we've gone through, you're making a huge difference. You got grandkids that are thanking you in the future for the decisions you're making right now. And I'm not kidding when I say that. If my grandmother, Felicia, had not introduced me to compound interest at the age of 5, 6, or 7 years old, I wouldn't be talking to you right now and doing the things I'm doing with you right now today. And she didn't have a degree in finance. She didn't know anything about stock market investing. My grandma was scared of the stock market. So that's where I'm taking things to the next level by teaching you to not be scared of the stock market. So don't be scared. The only thing you should fear is sitting still and not acting, because I can guarantee you that a lot of the struggling folks out here that are having a hard time finding a way to build wealth in their family, they're sitting there and they're mad at you right now because you're doing well and you made that money last night and you didn't lift a finger. You didn't have to go to work. You didn't have to go fill out a job application. You didn't have to do any of that. This is called passive income, folks. Get used to it because it's only going to get better over time. So take care, guys. Have a great day. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Please subscribe. It was great talking to you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.